organic beats, and inspiring treats. Get your weekly dose of vitamin Z now. This is ZNation on SoFloRadio.com.
Hey, welcome everyone. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Welcome. This is Zayna De Gaia, and this is ZNation. We are live broadcasting from Hollywood, Florida, in the heart of downtown Hollywood, Florida, right here on SoFloRadio.com. So this is ZNation, and we are so excited. Today, we're always excited. This show is exciting. Yes. We have really amazing people that come on. Man, Sunset, we are so blessed. We learn so much every week, and we leave here very, very high.
Yes.
High off of our own supply of amazing people that we know or don't know or are getting to know in the community. However, today, we have two really special guests. David Rodriguez, the Water Magister.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
And we're gonna tune in to what a Water Magister does and what the magic that David is. I just can't wait to get into all the stuff you're up to. So thank you for being here, David.
I'm so honored to be here.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we have Moses Love from I Love Yoga tuning in. Thank you for being here, Moses.
Thank you, Z.
Special guest, surprise guest today. And we have Melina and Peyote tuning in as well. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Zayna.
Yes. So we have a challenge this week on ZNation. The challenge this week is to every day give somebody a gift. And not just give them like a gift that you bought at the store. It could be something that you made. It could be an acknowledgement, kind word, or something that you have to offer, and to really make that person feel super special, like it's their birthday, even though it may not be their birthday. So David, you're one of the people I'm gifting today. This is my friend Jael for my birthday gave me a book of mandalas to color. Oh my God, it's like my best thing ever now. I'm like, it's so much fun. So this is the very first mandala from the book that I colored, and I want to give this to you.
Wow.
Yeah.
It looks so beautiful. Thank you.
Do you love it?
Yes.
And on the back, I wrote you happy birthday, dear David. I don't know when your birthday is, but I just wanted to celebrate your birthday, you coming into the planet at this time, at the same time as I'm here. And it's just an honor to be on the planet with you, David.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
I love you too.
Enjoy it. So, you may want to put it in a frame or something.
Intention you have behind this mandala?
The intention behind the mandala is possibility.
Possibility?
Yes. Like as I was doing it, I got present. I really fell in love with colors and the frequency of colors when they come together, and how this mandala has unlimited possibilities. And it really is a representation of us. We have unlimited possibility.
This is going to go on my door.
Awesome.
Like right when you leave the apartment, you're going to see this.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we invite you to take on the challenge this week, and it could be really anything that you think of, and then whatever ideas you have of gifts that you gave to people, share it with us so we can also, share ideas. Melina, you had an idea? Come to the mic.
I have gifts for both.
Come to the mic.
I'm going through stuff at home, and how we clean out. It's now, what is it? It's spring, right?
Melina, it has to be right here.
Right here?
Yeah.
Hi.
There you go.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Hi. So it's spring, and I've been going through clothes at home and just going through the whole process of letting go of stuff and all that. So I bought Sunset and You t-shirts.
Ooh.
If you like.
Gifts.
We love gifts.
Look, somebody took the challenge.
So this is
Yay.
Sunset. It's a Nag Champion shirt. They're an amazing band. They do psychedelic jazz, and coincidentally enough, they're performing this Friday. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yay.
I really
That's your
appreciate
color, girl.
it. Yeah.
I know.
Nice.
And then Zayna, I bought for you a geometric black cat shirt that my friend Gregory Durr makes.
Ooh.
And I figure, it's nice. It's really breathable and super comfortable, and I like cats.
Oh my
So
gosh,
it reminded me of a cat, so I was like, okay,
This
cool.
definitely reminds me of you. You are a cat. Thank you, Melina.
Thank you, Zayna.
Awesome. Perfect example. Clean out your closet. Find those pieces that you've been attached to, but you know you need to let go of, and then gift them to that special person that you know would appreciate it. My roommate's been doing that, Jen. She's been cleaning out her room because she's cleaning out her room, and I've been getting all these gifts. I've been getting jewelry and clothing. It's the bomb. So cool. Well, happy birthday, everyone. It is all of our birthdays if we choose to celebrate life today, if we choose to celebrate our existence. And by doing that, you know, we can celebrate others and bring everybody along in the celebration. Yay! Woo!
I have a suggestion also.
Yes.
I've been doing this like maybe once or twice a month when there's Maro's Pizza down here by us, and
Tell us.
the cost of pizza is for a slice of pizza is only $3. So sometimes when I have $10, I buy 2 for myself, and I tell them to take the other $3 and pay it to someone else. So when someone else walks in, they don't have to pay for that pizza. So paying it forward, and I've done that the past couple times, like maybe once or twice this month, or last month, September, and the people are like, no one's ever done that here. So it's just interesting to doing that. Like if you go to get coffee, just buy something for someone else that's going to come after you.
Yes.
Like paying it forward.
I love that.
love that.
You know, yesterday I called a very good friend of mine, and I asked, "How are you?" And her voice sounded really low, you know. And I said, "Listen," she said to me, "Z, I just don't feel like doing anything today." You know, and we all have those days. And I said, well, fine, you don't feel like doing anything. That's okay. It happens. You know, and one way that I come out of like that zone of like, I don't feel like doing anything is that, you know, taking those little actions of giving to another human being, you know, of contributing to somebody else and getting myself out of my own little problems or whatever's going on with me, you know. So those things like at the toll booth, you know, if you pay for your toll and then you pay for the person behind you, you probably will never know who it was, and they'll never know who paid for them, but it doesn't matter. Energetically, we're creating that surplus energy of serving.
And the impact that you have on their life, they're like, you'll start asking, what? Someone else is actually nice? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And that's really the intention of what we're doing. You know, it's like the more good we put out there, the more we highlight and display each other. Like, wow, the great work you're doing and what you're doing in the world and your business. Then it starts to really show up like, wow, there is change happening in the world. It's not all gloom and negativity. There's actually a lot of extraordinary people doing incredible things. So, I wanted to talk a little bit about Moses Love. So, Moses,
Yes.
welcome to ZNation. You've been a guest before, and we're so happy to have you back. And
here.
and I wanted you to come on and just share with us a little bit what you've been up to. And I know we've got the teacher training coming up at I Love Yoga Studio, and we're pretty excited about that starting. Moses and I co-lead a teacher training together, and it's really an honor and a privilege. And also, it's an opportunity to go on a very unique journey within.
Yeah, I've been figuring out how to jump off a whale. I was swimming in the ocean. I jumped on a whale.
How'd that go?
It was interesting. I was riding it for a little while. And then I felt like if I didn't jump off, I was going to drown. So I jumped off the whale, and now I'm here at ZNation.
Yeah.
I just swam ashore recently. I'm here. I just like wound up here.
Is this a metaphor?
I think so. You know,
What's the whale?
The whale is just, you know, taking a risk. You know, sometimes in life we take a risk and we step outside our comfort zone and we take things on, and sometimes they can be overwhelming for us, you know, and getting present to intention why we took those things on, and getting truthful, I guess, on some level, like being overwhelmed. This was a year of like took so much on. I think you and I did 4 teacher trainings last year, in while at the same time we were like going through. Is that Boo Boo?
Yeah. Bella's on the set too.
So, you know, being in the real life of taking a stand for something and working hard, or jumping on that whale, taking on something that's bigger than you. Like I remember Chris is here in the other room, I think, and when I was thinking about renting the ashram, he's like, you got to do it. and just like the past year, of being in life and going through separation with you. For those of you that know or don't know, Z and I were together as a couple for 8 or 9 years, and we separated as a couple, but we're still soul family. We're family beyond like any name that you give anybody. But like for me, going through all of that and going through the teacher trainings and having the ashram, having all those things going on, like for me was like a whale. Like riding this whale or this wild bull, and it was such an intense year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like right now, like I just got present a few weeks ago, like I'm a dolphin. I mentioned that to you. When I'm in the water and I'm swimming, there's magic. When I'm in the I love you water, I'm a magical being. And then if you take the dolphin out of the water,
It flails about.
It flails about, and we all have our certain gifts. Moses has his gifts, Melina, Sunset, we all have our gifts. Everyone has their gifts. So I think we're our gifts. And sometimes in the pursuit of finding our gifts and finding our bliss, we take things on. Sometimes with the right intention, sometimes we're led astray and we take things on, and sometimes we get overwhelmed, and sometimes we get heartbroken, and we awaken and we learn and we grow from this. And I think that you had asked about the teacher training, and I went into the whale thing, but I think the teacher training is just an authentic expression of things that I've learned and things you've learned along the way, and then really is a space and a platform for the rest of the participants to step into an authentic,
Yes.
I would say a womb, an incubator in which they can express themselves freely in a way that oftentimes isn't possible, in regular life. And
Yes. I think, Moses, one of the things I've taken from you, and I've learned a lot from you, is, when you present, a lot of times you'll ask in the room how many teachers there are. And like a couple of people or whatever will raise their hands. And then Moses will always say, no, everybody raise your hand, because everybody in here is a teacher. And that's been the message that, I really got from you, and that I've been also, a stand for people to rise up and to step into that teacher, that leader, that expression of whatever it is that they came here for on the planet. So you really bring that, Moses, and I thank you for that, because you have, in your space, many people have stepped into that space and have become teachers and leaders in the community. So I really acknowledge you for being that in the community. Anything else you want to share?
I love those moments of silence, like I think that's part of it too. Like there's so much, like on the radio. Did you listen when Oprah and Eckhart Tolle were doing the meditations? Did you listen to that?
I didn't get to do it.
There were like, I don't know, 18 million or X million people, and they would start the show in silence. And when you're doing radio or TV, it's like traditionally a big no-no to have dead space.
It's like, ooh.
Like when you just acknowledge me, what you would want to hear on radio is a response. Mm-hmm. But sometimes we just want to be silent.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I did it on open mic night at the Kava Bar this Tuesday, is I went up there and I introduced myself, and then I said, all right, I'm going to begin my act now. And I just sat there, silent, looking at everybody. And everyone was looking at me and thinking or wondering what I was teaching them, what I was doing. So I stayed counting in my mind for a minute. And then afterwards I said, all right, all of those judgments that you had, all of those boredoms that may have come up, all of those perceptions and things that you were expecting, who was that? Who was asking those questions? And it brings people to the realization that the ego is constantly there, that you're constantly thinking about something, that you're expecting something to happen, and you're not here present with the moment. So that silence, creating a form of silence, actually brings up those things to work on. And so you can actually see that you can be at peace and not have to worry about what's the next thing.
It's it's powerful on stage when you bring that silence and breathe. You know, because we're in the society that's just going and going and going and going. You know, it's so fast. So to slow it down is healing for us. And I think for myself, you know, is like this year, you know, has been, I've had health challenges. And health challenges is an amazing yoga practice. You know, when you're going through different health issues, your perception changes. And you get present to life in a different way. And so I feel, you know, right now is just a special time for all of us, you know, and anytime we could come together in community with and create intention and go, you know, create like this program we're doing. It's really like, you know, like David went through the program in Sunset, and I feel like
And Melina.
And Melina. That's right, Melina.
And Chris in the other room.
And
so
Chris.
many YTTs
And I just,
here.
yeah, and I feel like with each one, like I felt so grateful, and I've always felt this. I think this is an important part of the teacher training, is that like me and Z received equal benefit from each person. You know, it was like an equal exchange. Like we were so grateful when each person registered and
True
said,
synergy.
yeah, it was just like, wow, it was almost like, thank you. And it was just like this even exchange and acknowledgement of like that we're confirming what we're all up to by making this agreement. And that we're all equal, and that we have things to learn from you, and you have things to learn from us, and we're going to create a space in which we could all learn from each other. And really, you know, that's what Z and I were doing, is holding that space. Of course, you know, I'm 46 now. So I have, and Z is, you're 35. She just had her birthday. So for the most part, not all the time, but for the most part, we've had certain experiences. You know, we've been on the planet for longer than a lot of the people that have gone through the training. So we're just sharing our experiences. We're sharing, you know, the resources, the teachers we've met, the teachings. We're really sharing the love and the patience that we got from our teachers. And we're creating a space that we feel is conducive for our brothers and sisters to be nurtured and to grow and blossom into the greatness that each of us are. You know, so I think that's the intention of the training, and I think it's one of the things that's made the training, you know, really work, is like the intention that you and I have, Z, in creating the space for everyone.
You know, and thank you, Moses. You know, the world is ready for this, you know, whether it's a yoga teacher training or any kind of, you know, a space that allows you to discover your authentic self so you can express that in the world. And I don't think there's anything more fulfilling than that freedom to be yourself anytime, anywhere. And yeah, and that is, you know, yoga is one access to that for sure. It has been for me. So
It's been amazing, Z. It's been an awesome journey. And I actually met Z. I met Z 9 years ago at a place called the Yoga Connection. And I think, you know, coming together and connecting with our soul tribe right now, our brothers and sisters, these light workers, where we're reminding each other who we are. David's here sharing the water. Like, we're all sharing these, like, secrets. And we all have access. And each of us is drawn to study something else. Like David sharing, like, he has so much to share about the water he's going to share in a few minutes. And we're each learning from each other. Like Sunset's here producing the show. She's learning from Chris and George. Melina's doing healing. We're all working together. Right? And so it's a great time for us. And being in South Florida is a mecca. Mecca for this. There's so many healers. There's so many teachers. There's so many things being activated. And so we're one program of many. There's so many programs that I want to go through because there's so many great teachers. So we welcome you. If you're in South Florida, or you're not in South Florida and you're interested in, if there's anything that we said that would draw you to this program, and you're, you know, ready to go through like a real transformation right now, or connect with community, peel off some layers and connect to your authentic self, then, you know, get in touch with us.
Do it.
The training starts October 31st. Do it.
Just do it.
Let's take a moment of silence for this small love break. Just pausing in our day. And then taking the time to pause with our community. To share a breath. Thank you for sharing a breath. Dr. Love is going to be on a show in a couple of weeks, and we actually pre-recorded his show. But he said something, I'll give you a preview. He said to inspire is to breathe life into my body. And then he said to inspire is to breathe God into my body. So let's breathe source into our bodies, life, right now. I want to share with you guys what makes all this possible. What makes this possible, this broadcast, this opportunity to share amazing people from the community out into the world is I want to acknowledge SoFlowRadio.com and George Rodriguez, who is just an incredible human being who has given us the opportunity to start this show, Sunset and I, with zero to any experience or resources to start a radio show. And not only gave us, his time, his studio space, but also his expertise, trained both Sunset and I to do this. So just want to acknowledge that one of our sponsors and our supporters, SoFlowRadio.com, for making this available, and not only making this available to us, but Catherine B., who is a permaculture expert and a goddess, also started her show. Phil Simonetta, a good friend of mine, also started the Real Estate King. Dr. Love is looking at a show. Moses Love is looking at a show. Melina's looking at a show. Dave is looking at a show. But really, this is a platform that we can all express ourselves. So thank you, George, and thank you, SoFlowRadio.com. And what is going to keep making this possible, and how we are going to expand, take this on the road, share more people globally at a bigger scale, because we have big plans, big visions, and what's going to make it possible is those supporters and those sponsors bringing it, and it's not like we're selling advertising. What we are creating is cooperation. An opportunity for everybody to win. So we're really looking for those businesses and those individuals that we, mutually we love each other. Mutually we want to support each other. Mutually we want to see each other grow. So if you are, a conscious business, if your business is something that's transforming the world, contributing to humanity, making a difference with our brothers and sisters, please reach out to us, because we want to know about you. We want to share with the world about what you're doing, and we want your support so we can have this grow. And together we can support each other, and we can, grow everything we're doing, because I say this all the time. We're on the same damn team, people. Yoga studios, we're not competing against each other. We're competing against happy hour down the street at the bar. And when we come together, we can climb the peak, because the darkness inside brings many to fear, and the light outside, it makes me want to squeal. Because when we come together, we're just boom, we're so bright. Imagine two candles burning, side by side, and when you bring them together, they make a bigger flame. But each individual flame didn't lose its power or its light. It just contributed to the other and created more light. And that's the magic of our light together. So we want to hear from you. And what we're looking for, we are looking for one big Mama Jama sponsor. We're looking for a big one that can really be our ZNation presented by this company. And we're only going to have one of these a year. This is going to be our big sponsor. And then we're going to have a lot of what we call gratitude sponsors. And those are people who will either will get promoted via all of our platforms, our website, our social media, our email blasts, everything that we put out there. And then another layer are people who will actually have commercials on the radio show. So there's different levels, there's different opportunities to really partner with us so that we can grow together and be more visible out in the world. What ZNation is we are a platform for consciousness. We are the bridge between those who have not yet awakened, those who are just about to awaken, those who are in the midst of awakening, and those who are full blast awake. We bring it all together. It's for everybody. And when we bring it to you, baby, you know we bring it raw. I know you like that, Sunset. When we were doing our marketing, we're like, what's different about us? What makes us different? And Sunset was like, yo, we're just raw, man. We are raw and we're real. And it really is. And so are our guests, and it's real. It gets real on the ZNation show.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. And
So-
it's getting realer.
Listen, we have some messages from our sponsors, and we're going to be back for some awesome downloads with our Water Magister, David Rodriguez, right here, y'all, on SoFloRadio.com.
Tune in to get tuned in. This is ZNation on SoFloRadio.com.
Join the ZNation team as a marketing partner. We are always looking for conscious, sustainable businesses to support and share with our growing community. If your business is one that serves humanity and you want the world to know, we want to help you grow. Sponsorship opportunities are available for all budgets and flavors. For more info, call us at 954-604-1290 or visit znationradio.com.
Tune in to ZNation Radio for the latest and good news about good people doing freaking great things in the world.
Every week, Zayna De Gaia and Sunset Martinez chatted up with some very interesting folks about their businesses,
It's about love
consciousness, and making a difference.
every Thursday from 12 to 1 p.m. at
SoFloRadio.com.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Clark, and I'm a yoga teacher and student at I Love Yoga Studio. It's been my privilege to practice, learn, and expand in this place of ever-evolving love and spiritual growth. When you visit, you'll most likely be greeted with a welcome home, and that's exactly how you will feel, at home and free to be. The studio offers yoga classes that meet you at your level of practice with affordable prices. So check out our schedule at www.iloveyogastudio.com. See you on the mat. Namaste.
Right, Dad, please, can I sleep over Amy and David's house,
Wait,
please, tonight?
I can't hear
Dad,
you.
Dad, FML, please, I'm trying
Sweetie, I can't hear
to...
you.
Whatever, I'm done.
Sound familiar? Are communication breakdowns creating a barrier between you and your teenagers? Join us for a free, fun, and interactive play date with your family. Create art, learn about communication tools, plus get surprise prizes and yummy treats. And the Teen Whisperer staff will also put on the original play, Can You Hear Me Now? Call 954-889-6894 to RSVP and bring your entire family to 2980 Griffin Road, Dania Beach, Florida on Sunday, October 18th from 12 to 3 p.m. We'll see you there.
Add a twist of yoga.
Yoga Twist with Julie.
A great way to integrate yoga, meditation, and lots of fun.
Promote family bonding. Help with flexibility and exercise.
Julie has been teaching kids for over 8 years in after-school programs, summer camps, and local studios.
Book a group, family, or one-on-one session now. Email me, yogatwistjulie@gmail.com.
Follow Yoga Twist Julie on Instagram and like Yoga Twist on Facebook for great family lifestyle tips and yoga twist events.
Now back to ZNation, your weekly dose of inspiration on SoFloRadio.com.
Moon is rising above the ocean now. It's flying high like a firefly in the sky. With my friends, they're looking over at me. He's thinking about what this world could be now. Yeah, yeah, what this world could be now. Yeah, 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 yeah. We live our lives as fast as we can go, not taking the time for us to grow. Got to slow down if you want to know what's inside of you. Yeah, yeah.
What's inside of you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you got to slow down if you want to see what's inside of you. David, I asked David to bring his poetry book with him so we can rap all of his poems. But thank you for singing that, David.
You're welcome.
You write really, really beautiful stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a song for you.
Okay.
All right. I started writing it. This is the beginning. All right. Dedicated to the first of the month. Happy first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Yo, it's been 12,000 years. We've been waiting so we can come back to wake up, wake up, wake up. So we can get souls like David. He's the Water Magister. He reminds me of the magic of the water. It is not going down today.
That was good.
And when he's around, you just feel really good. So wake up, wake up, wake up. It's that time of the life. Yo, consciousness is rising. Wake up, wake up, wake up. David is here with the water.
Wiki, wiki.
Yeah. Hi, David.
Hi, Zay.
So, David, welcome. You are the Water Magister.
Yes.
Okay. What is that? Tell us.
Well,
For those who don't know.
I was looking for a name to call myself for a writer's name because I didn't just want to go by David Rodriguez. And I wanted to create something that not too many people have heard before.
So that they can ask you, what is this?
Exactly. And the word magister means a master of something.
Ooh.
So if you look up the definition, there's magister and then magistra. Magistra is female master of a particular thing. So when I started thinking about the different words and different things that I can come up with, my guides are like, the Water Magister. And I'm like, what? Who said that? And then I was like, all right, the Water Magister actually sounds pretty good. And there's two different ways to spell it, but the way that I spell it is the more common one. There's Majistr, but there's also the G. So
You just made me think of, like, you know, one of those videos, like we were saying, like, shit, you know, conscious people say, and you're like, yeah, and then my guides told me that, and, and I just was like, who said that? But that was really great.
yeah.
Awesome, David. So cool. So I want to hear about the water.
Okay.
But first, we'd love to just know where you came from. Like, where did you grow up? How did you come to all this? What were you like as a kid? Were you into this stuff?
No.
Uh-huh.
I was a single child up until I was 18. Then now I have two half sisters. Taylor and Ashley. They're awesome.
Hi, Taylor and Ashley.
They're 11 and 12, I think now. And when I was a child, I grew up in the west coast of Florida, and I went to high school in Mariner High School. I got picked on every day, and I went home crying every day. It was a very tough childhood for me, and I actually blocked out a lot of the things that came up there. And when I took you guys' teacher training, a lot of that stuff came up, so I can start healing that and being okay with it. I held a lot of resentment towards people because of it. And when I was 21, I finally fell in love with someone, and then she ended up cheating on me and breaking my heart. And I ended up kind of disliking women in general. And just taking out my frustration and anger out on them. And I became like a womanizer, which was what my dad was. And I told myself I would never be like that. And there I was, womanizing and not treating women with respect. And then I met another ex of mine, Sammy. And we dated for 3 years, and then we broke up. And then I went through a depression, and from that depression, I found spirituality. I found meditation, yoga, and it's just been a transformational thing for me. Because like before that point, I didn't want to accept my reality. I wasn't okay with how I was creating things. I was running away from things by playing video games every day, escaping things, escaping through alcohol, escaping through drugs, and now like I'm a vegetarian. I stopped drinking coffee. I rarely drink alcohol anymore.
You drink kava.
I drink kava, yes. But that's actually what got me on this path, is I would keep walking by the kava bar, and I would never go in, and I was something in my head was like, go in there, go in there, go in there. And I finally decided to go in, and I had some kava, and then something inside of me told me to start meditating. And I was like, meditating? I have to do that. So I looked up on YouTube and started meditating for like 3 minutes a day.
Wow.
And then after the third day, I felt the word Reiki, and then from there I started researching what Reiki was, because I never heard what Reiki the word Reiki before in my life. So I looked it up and I typed it Rayki, and I was like, that's not right. And then Reiki came up. And then I found my my Reiki master, Lonnie Dweck, who actually has her studio over here.
So listen.
Yep,
Yes,
so
she's
listed.
one of our sponsors. She's been on the show.
Yeah.
So Lonnie's the one that that taught you the Reiki.
Yes, she's
Wow.
I'm Reiki 2 now.
Awesome.
And she can attest for how I used to be. Like, I held on to so much, and I've allowed myself to be free and expand my wings.
Yes.
And now I use those wings for when I hug people. I
Yes.
surround them and I wrap them in those wings.
Wow, David, you know, you're like the prime example of what they say. Like, you know, the darker people go, the more light there is on the other side. And that's been a common thread with a lot of our guests. You know, it's like the opportunity of going into that darkness is extremely amazing, because what goes down must go up.
Right.
And as far as it goes down is as far as it'll go up. So if you've dealt with some dark stuff in your life, it's and you're so bright, David. And I love everything you share and everything that you do. You're really out there. You're really out there awakening people, but you're not preaching. You're just really being it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. So what brought you to the water? So now you've awoken, you did your Reiki, you did your you've met all these people, and you're eating well, and you're drinking kava.
So I would go to the kava bar every single day, and I went through I call it like the sponge mode. So for a period about 6 to 9 months, all I was doing at the kava bar from when it opened until it closed is I would get as many books, and I would read as many books as I possibly could. And I started making friends with the yoga teacher. Her name was Lauren, and she teaches Kundalini yoga. And I started practicing with her, and she was an amazing teacher. She is an amazing teacher. And from that, there was one time where she asked me to sub for her yoga class, and I was like, I don't know how to teach yoga. This is before I met you guys.
Yeah.
And she's like, how about you just teach meditation? And I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I was really nervous, and there was like 8 people up there, and I didn't know what to say, and I was like, oh, crap. What do I do? And then I just allowed myself to be free and let things go, and I just started speaking what was in my heart, and I guided them through an amazing meditation. And afterwards they're like, wow, why don't you have your own meditation class? And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. So I passed it off, and then she ended up having me sub again 2 weeks later. So the universe is like, you're not listening, start teaching. And so I ended up subbing again, and then the same students pulled me aside and said, hey, we really want you to start teaching. So after I started teaching meditation, in my meditation classes, I would use Dr. Masaru Emoto's work, his ideas that when you apply intention in things, you change the molecular structure of it. So I created a water that was just, I had different glass containers. Actually, I started with plastic because I didn't know about the BPA and all that stuff. And I had the intention of it saying meditation. So when I said the intention to it is, for all those who drink you allow them to go in deeper states of meditation and relaxation. Thank you, water. I love you, water. And then I applied intention into that water, and then I would bring that water to the meditation class, and I'd share that knowledge with the class. We do a specific water meditation, and then people would let me know after the class that it was really beautiful. They never had anything like that before. So I had this woman pull me aside. The same thing with how I started teaching meditation happened with the water. A woman came to me and said, hey, I don't know, but why don't you start selling this water or start like making it for other people? And I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Then the same thing, she came to another class and did it again, said it again. I was like, all right, fine. So I finally got into it, started listening, started reading about how to structure water, how to create intentional water, looked up different crystals to use. There's actually so many different crystals that are specific to the vibration of water. A lot of them that were given to me by guides as well. The crystals that I have, I brought them to Colombia. I got them blessed by the tribe there, the indigenous tribe there. I went to a couple waterfalls in Colombia, and from what I understand, when you put a crystal in different forms of water, this specific crystal, it absorbs the energy of the water, so then you could take it and then transfer it to another.
It's like a carrier?
Yes.
The crystals are?
Yeah.
For water?
Well, specific crystals. There's one that's called an anhydrous quartz. So it's a quartz crystal that when it formed around a water molecule. So if you move the water back or if you move the crystal back and forth, you'll see the water molecule moving. And that was formed several 100,000 years ago, that crystal. So that's how water was before we started contaminating it. So when you align that and put it in different vibrations, different waters that are not contaminated, it takes on the vibration as well as that old original vibration that it had. So that's the crystal. That's one of the crystals I use in the I Love You Water project.
I love it, David. I love the awareness, that you're bringing with this. First of all, to be grateful that we have water, and just really honoring the element of water. I think it's very important right now.
Yeah, we're in the age of Aquarius, so we're in
We
the age of water.
Yes.
And my understanding is we're in the age of understanding how powerful water really is, because we are 70 to 80% water. We were born in water.
Which makes us as influenceable to words as
Exactly.
water is.
And to expand on that idea, just like how you apply a label on a bottle, a glass bottle, you're changing the molecular structure of the water inside. You can do the same with your body with tattoos. So whatever intention you have, that's what you are. Whatever intention you had when you had that tattoo, it amplifies the energy within your body.
Ooh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it would make sense if we put labels on, glass bottles to energize the water, that if we're 80% water, that whatever label we would put on our bodies would do the same thing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Awesome. And so what do you do with this water? So you charge it, you talk to it, you sing to it, you chant to it, and then you bottle it, and then you offer it to people, and now you're distributing the water?
Well, there's more to it. Can I go into the process?
Please. Okay, give us the process.
Okay, so it's kind of long. When I started explaining this to some people don't believe me. But when you come to my apartment, I can show you. I've shown some people, and they're like, "What? You actually do this? You actually take the time to do this?" And I have a reverse osmosis filter. I take out all the impurities of the water. It takes out the fluoride. It takes out the chlorine. I re-add trace minerals to it. It's a trace mineral solution that I get from Whole Foods. It's all organic, non-GMO. The trace mineral solution, and then I add Himalayan salt, which is the pink salts. I make my own colloidal silver with a colloidal silver Gen 6 machine, and then I add colloidal silver to the mix, and then I add it in a giant egg-shaped container that's green to represent the heart chakra. On the outside of the container, there is magnets, high-powered magnets to represent the north and south polarities of the earth. When I met Dr. Masaru Emoto before he passed, and he signed this flyer, and that has the flakes, or how when you zoom in on the water crystals, the crystal photography, and I pasted that on the container as well. And then I have 5 different crystals in the container that are all specific for raising the vibration of water.
Yes.
And structuring water. I play classical music to it for 3 days on a vinyl record player for 3 to 4 hours a day. I have a huge crystal grid that I created that was given to me by just intuitive process, and it's all the crystals I have are either gifted to me that are in that crystal grid, or are crystals that I've personally meditated with. And then after that, I add water from 4 different springs in northern Florida, which is Ginny Springs. They have 4 different springs there, and I collected water there, and I collected the spirit of the water that wanted to come with us.
Yes.
And then that gets added to the mix. And then I do a meditation on the water with a woman, and each batch of water we do, it's a different goddess energy, a different woman.
Oh, I did one.
Yes, you did one.
Yeah.
And actually, this is your bottle right here.
That's our energy together?
Yes.
Wow, thank you. I was part of the process. Wow, I didn't know everything that came before you and I meditating. Right? I mean, I just walked into his altar, beautiful space with your fox.
Yes.
And we meditated in a very specific way. You guided me. And it was amazing. Wow, this water feels great. Thank you, David.
You're
Is this
welcome.
mine?
Yes, that is for you.
Thank you so much for
And
bringing this.
You're welcome. And then after the meditation and putting the masculine and feminine, there's a symbol on my back, if you have me on Facebook, that was given to me when I was in a deep state of meditation. And it's a symbol that I apply in all the water. It's a symbol that I use in any Reiki sessions that I do. It's my own personal symbol for raising vibration within the water of ourselves.
Ooh, you invented your own Reiki symbol?
Yes.
Ooh.
Well, it's not a Reiki symbol. It's just.
It's REYKI. I'm just kidding. But I got it. You were downloaded a symbol and
Yes.
you used it on the water.
And actually, when I did more research on that, they're called sigils. So everyone can tune in to receive a sigil. It's specific to what you're going to do in your soul purpose. So everyone has that ability to tune in to receive that sigil.
Sigil, like a symbol, but a sigil?
Yes, it's called the sigil. So if you want to do some research on that. Sigils are like power objects, but a specific symbol that you give intention to.
Download. Did everybody get that? That was great.
So after all that, I transfer all the water using a copper ladle or a copper cup and a copper funnel, because copper in the Ayurvedic system, it aligns all the doshas. It also is an antimicrobial and antibacterial, as well as the colloidal silver is antibacterial, so no bacteria lives in this water if it stays stagnant. When I mix it using the funnel, I do it 3 times to the left and then 3 times to the right. When you see the water flowing down in the funnel, the reason you do that is because the different directions represent masculine and feminine energy.
And are you creating vortexes?
Yes, it creates the vortex with the funnel. That goes into the recycled bottles that I get from restaurants, bars, or anyone that wants to donate.
How do we donate bottles? This is an amazing project.
Yes, actually, I was about to ask if you want to donate bottles, any wine bottles, any liquor bottles, anything that doesn't have a hard etched symbol on the bottle itself. You can donate it by either going to the iloveyouwater.com and sending me a contact us, fill out the contact us form and say that you want to donate some bottles, or you can add me on Facebook, the Water Magister, or also the I Love You Water on Facebook. And if you donate bottles, I'll give you a free bottle of I Love You Water. So that's something to
wonderful. So somebody comes off the street and sees this and is like, okay, what's the difference between me drinking, this bottle of Fiji water that looks really nice and it has the little sticker that makes it look like there's flowers and it's coming from some beautiful spring, which it's not, and drinking I Love You water. What's the difference? Like, how will they feel?
Well, the physical differences is there's a crystal in each bottle. So there's either an amethyst crystal in each bottle.
Physically in the bottle, it stays in there?
Yep.
There's one in here?
Yep.
Oh.
Or there's going to be a Lemurian quartz crystal. So I alternate between both. I use all 4 elements on the bottle. So if you look at the bottle, the paper that is pasted on, it's burnt, so it's fire. There's water inside.
Yes.
There's a little space of air, a pocket of air, and then there's earth that represents the crystal.
Yes.
So what you feel when you drink this, since I put so much energy and so much intention into what I create, you're going to feel that specific intent, that specific energy that is put into it.
Yes.
Because when people bottle regular bottled water, they're doing it in a factory. They're not giving it much attention. Water is like a child. It's a being. So the more energy you give to it, the more happy it becomes. The more you change the molecular structure of it, so actually it begins to hydrate you more. And that's what the crystals do, and that's what the vibration of the songs of the classical music does. And it allows you, when you drink that, it then resonates within the water of your body. So it brings your water in your body to that same frequency. So you'll feel either chills within the body, you'll feel tingly sensations, hot or cold flashes. Things may flow a lot easier throughout your day. So when I gift a bottle or when you buy a bottle, I recommend that you drink some right when you wake up, because it sets your vibration for the rest of the day.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Can you put it in a spray bottle? And just spray it on?
Yeah.
I have that. I got some blessed water from Amma, the Hugging Saint, and they leave you with a little bit of water. So I have it in a spray bottle, and every morning I just spritz it on my face to just get that energy, but also to take it in so that you feel the benefits of it. That's amazing. Thank you for creating this, David. Did you start, I Love You Water, did that begin by you just drinking any water and just loving it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
It started with those plastic containers, and I didn't know anything about plastic.
And just honoring the water, and I think that's where everybody can start, right? Just whenever you consume water, to just a moment.
It's taken that time, and what actually got me to that is I did a peyote ceremony. And after the peyote ceremony, I had such an appreciation for everything that I put in my body. And I started saying thank you. Even when I drink or eat something, in my mind, as I'm drinking, every sip, I keep saying in my mind, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I say it out loud before I drink it or before I eat it. And also as I'm consuming it, in my mind, it keeps repeating like a mantra, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, so essential. We can go many days without food. We can go several days without water, and then breath. So what you're bringing is this primal, this primal necessity that we all have, and just really getting present to how gratitude makes a difference.
Yep.
So, wow, cool.
I read a book called Emmanuel's book that said from now up until 1,000 years from now, that we will come to the conclusion within the age of Aquarius that water will cure anything, and it'll be that solution to all the issues that we're having in life. It'll be that thing that we've been searching for. Like,
let thy water flow. So listen, if you all are in the South Florida region, David is doing the I Love You Water ceremony at the Bagua Center in Miami. I want to give props to the Bagua Center. Beautiful, beautiful space in the Design District of Miami, run by this beautiful woman. Her name is Claudia, and Jared, who's also stepped in there, and that space is amazing. So we'll see you there on the 18th. So you can go to the Bagua Center website to register for that. They also have a Bagua Center Facebook page, which is amazing. You can register for workshops on there too. Now, I wanted to talk to you before we go into a meditation, a little bit about you're doing a workshop October 24th, also at Bagua Center, learning how to astro travel. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Astral traveling is basically projecting a version of yourself into a different space. They also call it having an out-of-body experience when your soul separates from the body. They're two different definitions, but it's essentially the same.
So it's intradimensional. You're staying in the dimension, but you're separating your self from your physical body and traveling outside the physical body.
Yes, and there's different variations of it. You can travel within the same room, like if you're inducing it, you can be in the same room, but it basically, if you don't have the control, your soul's going to get pulled to an area where you're meant to learn from. So you might have an intention in the beginning, but you might get dragged somewhere else to a different galaxy, a different solar system, or whatever it is. You might get pulled to a different area to speak to beings that have messages for you. And the way that I induce it is there's a tea called mugwort, Mugwort.
Yes.
Oh, I think I've heard of that.
Yes, mugwort is known to be good for meditation.
Yes.
So you make a tea out of it?
Yes, I do intentional tea, and we do a meditation around the mugwort tea. Place all the intention for us having an out of body or an astral travel experience on top of the already medicinal properties of mugwort. And then we go into the meditation. It's about an hour long meditation that I induce a trance-like state.
Yes.
And then I guide you on how to actually separate the soul from the body.
Wow. And is this like an access for people to access like channeling? In the case where they would have a lesson to learn, they may have access to other beings channeling through them.
There's always going to be a message. Once you actually feel the separation, you're going to get taken somewhere.
Is it like, it sounds like, is it like people, like when people do hypnosis, you take them to that kind of trance?
Yes, it's going to be that type of
and then,
feeling.
wow, so that's very relaxing.
Yes, you essentially get the body completely relaxed and asleep, but you maintain the mind to be alert. The mind has to be awake, but your body is completely asleep.
Wow. Awesome. So, well, if you want to find out more about that, David is teaching Learning How to Astro Travel October 24th, also at the Bagua Center. And you can learn more about what David's up to. And also, you can be part of this amazing project by contributing, recycled glass bottles or in any other way. Who knows? Maybe you can participate in any other way with this project by going to ILoveYouWater.com.
Yep.
And you can also find him on Facebook, I Love You Water.
Yep.
So, David, I didn't ask you this before, but would you want to in a short meditation?
Sure.
3-4 minutes.
Yep.
To close our time together today. So, if you're somewhere where you can sit up, please do. If you're somewhere where you can close your eyes, please do that too.
We're going to start with having our eyes closed, taking a deep inhale into the nose, exhaling out the mouth, breathing normally. Begin placing your attention and your awareness at the top of your crown, the top of the head. Begin envisioning the top of the crown opening slowly, like a beautiful flower, or any type of imaginative vision that you have. And as that crown begins to open, begin visualizing beautiful white light flowing in through the body, filling every crevice, moving down from the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the fingers, the chest, the stomach, hips, thighs, knees, lower legs and feet. Envisioning your entire body filled with that beautiful white light. And then begin to move your attention and awareness down to the root chakra, just below the sexual organ. And begin envisioning a beautiful flower emerging from this location. And then begin to visualize the earth's energy, Pachamama, Mother Earth, going up into the root chakra, flowing in, filling the entire body with its energy. Filling the feet, the lower legs, the knees, the thighs, hips, stomach, chest, neck, top of the head, mixing the energies from the top, from source, and the bottom, from earth, creating a conduit. You are that circuit. You are that communication to source, to your higher self, relaying information as you inhale and exhale. Allow yourself to feel what you feel in this moment as both energies from both polarities are connecting within the body, creating that conduit. Maybe begin to feel any sensations that are happening, any tightness, and breathe into those points. You're going to begin to leave those channels open, so when you start your day today, or when you finish your day, you'll have those channels open and know that you can always tune in to that frequency, and it's always there for you. Always giving you that abundance of energy, pushing you forward. And take a deep inhale in. Exhale out. Breathing normally. Opening your eyes whenever you're ready.
May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open.
May we awaken to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing for others. May we be one with the breath of the divine.
We see you. We see your light. We see your love. We appreciate you.
You're
Beautiful people. You're not alone. The tribe is here. The tribe is everywhere globally. And the more we step up, the more we share, the more we attract the same energy. We love you so much. We want you to know that you matter. You are thebomb.com. And if somebody hasn't told you today, you're really pretty. Pretty amazing.
And handsome.
Pretty amazing and pretty handsome. And that's it for today, brothers and sisters. Till we see you and hear you again, we love you, we honor you, and we are out. Peace.
Namaste.
Aho.
Bye, everybody.